It's a race against time in Bilpin, where firefighters and residents are busy backburning before tomorrow. Some people are going to extraordinary lengths to secure their properties and livelihoods.
After last night's alarm, resources poured into Bilpin. As the sun shone a warning, crews worked hard to take fuel from the fire before it arrives. Locals are prepared too.
Quite good. It's amazing what you can do with water.
And with fire. Their efforts continued throughout today. Bilpin was still, calm, the air a little humid. A few raindrops rippled the dams, but did nothing to dampen the main fire front.
I'm fairly confident at the moment, but if the winds get up to what they're talking about, who knows?
Lionel Bucket runs a cabin resort on 640 acres of pristine Blue Mountains bush.
Are you worried? Oh yeah, I'll lose everything, so it's really worrying.
At 2 this morning, he photographed the fire front just 800 metres away across the gorge. If the fire comes, this cabin can resist searing heat. It's double glazed with toughened glass.
The stair up into the secret room acts as a really good fire shelter. If you're in there, you're not going to get burnt. So then the only thing you happen is like smoke inhalation.
Doesn't take more than 1 or 2 looks around Lionel's property to realise that there is a lot of fuel that could go up in flames around here, but that's part of its attraction. It's why people love coming here. He's in the wilderness business.
Track sort of comes out in this place.
National Parks fireys are helping him protect his property and his future, inflicting a little damage to save a lot.
And we're live now to Damien Smith at Bilpin. Damien, how are residents there feeling about tomorrow?
Chris, as confident as they can be. Today's calm conditions allowed that massive backburn to continue, so they are reasonably confident. As you can see behind me, this incredibly large water tanker has arrived from Gosford to reinforce the water supplies for tomorrow's expected fire crisis, and crews are determined to be ready no matter what tomorrow throws at them.
Looks like they're making every effort. Thanks, Damien. Now, should a firestorm come, one Blue Mountains resident plans to see it out underground. He's built bunkers and spent thousands of dollars on equipment to protect his Falconbridge home, and he refuses to abandon it.
Meet Stefan Kramer, the owner of what could well be the most fireproof home in the Blue Mountains. He has not 1 but 2 underground bunkers.
Well, it's nice and cold down here, 3 metres under the earth.
They are not stocked with canned food, but Stefan and his neighbours won't be thirsty.
Beer as well, cold beer, so it's all done here.
And there's no shortage of fresh air.
Just press it and there comes your compressed air to breathe.
He built this bolt hole but discovered the other in his front yard.
There's an old disused sewer shaft, and that goes 4 metres into the ground. It's ice cold down there.
He has corrugated iron nailed across double glazed windows, nozzles imported from Germany, fire-rated hoses and a state-of-the-art sprinkler system.
Throwing a 30-metre arc away from the house, but with the winds coming, it will go back onto the house and protect the house.
And if you thought all these years of meticulous preparation were in vain because the home is made of cypress pine, Stefan says you'd be mistaken.
These European trees here, because they're very full of water, they actually a buffer zone against the firestorm coming through.
It was all enough to convince the police yesterday he could stay and protect his house as neighbours were evacuated.
What is $10,000 and 10 years of preparation worth if you're not here to set it into action?
Stefan maintains the first line of defence in a bushfire should always be self-protection. Adam Walters, 7 News.
The state's police minister has asked officers to give people a break during the bushfire crisis. His plea comes after the publican at the local hotel at Catherine Hill Bay was warned about giving free beer to rural fire service volunteers. He shouted free beers and bacon and egg rolls to those who helped save his pub.
Show some common sense and a bit of fair play to communities that are trying to work out how they can give back to the local firefighters in a simple way, such as offering a free beer.
Police insist they'll be taking no action against the owner. For residents of the Blue Mountains, bushfires are a part of life, but few have experienced them quite like Keith Ferguson. The recently retired firefighter has battled them for more than 50 years.
1957, 69, 85 and 94. All big Blue Mountains bushfires. all fought by Keith Ferguson. Officially, he retired last year, but this 73-year-old former fire chief can't walk away. He still runs a community fire unit at Falconbridge. Besides, his mind stores years of local knowledge.
That's the biggest problem, is water now.
His first battle was the 1957 firestorm. He was 17.
Sent up from Willoughby Fire Station, and when we got to the mountains, it was catastrophic.
He remembers how the flames tore through the valleys from Lura towards Penrith, 45 kilometres in a matter of hours. 25 homes, shops, schools, churches and a hospital were razed.
You wouldn't stop that one, no.
This is how he looked back then.
Still got my old brass helmet, though.
Very different from the helmet he wears today. Keith says the conditions leading up to these fires are similar to those back in 1957, but with one distinct difference. There are many more homes.
Didn't have the population in those days which we have now, and that's going to be the biggest problem.
He's urging homeowners to have their fire plans ready and has a message for his mates on the front line.
I wish them well.
Erin Edwards, 7 News.